Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is episode 3 of Next Gen Burnouts. I'm your host, Logan Hammer, and I got my co-host, Jordan Pennington, with me. How you doing, Jordan?
Oh, I didn't know we're doing co-host and host, but that's interesting. I'm doing great. Just a little sunburnt, as I'm sure our fans can tell. Spent a little time in Phoenix this weekend, and it was a hot one. It was a hot one.
Definitely was, yeah. So if you guys don't already know, we were talking about it a little bit on our Twitter, but me, Jordan, our buddy Riley, we actually went out to the race in Phoenix this weekend. Got there at about 11:30. The traffic outside of Avondale, Arizona, it's a little rough, but we got in and it was hot. Yeah, it was definitely hot.
Yeah, that's one way to say it. Let's just say there wasn't a cloud in sight. But yeah, we enjoyed ourselves. We had a good time. Had some food, got some concessions, did the whole nine. We took in NASCAR weekend, how you're supposed to. So now, in terms of the race, that's something we'll have to get into. But overall, the weekend was good.
Great weekend, it definitely was. Well, I guess we should just get straight into it. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter podcast, I believe, because, we weren't directly watching the race on TV and really being able to take notes. We were actually viewing the race itself in person. So it's going to be a tad bit different. We could maybe give a little bit of our experience with the race and how it was in person. But, next week we will be back for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500, where we'll be able to talk about that normal for Atlanta. So I guess I'll start it off. The race, my overall kind of perception of the race was it was actually pretty boring. It was a snooze fest until about the last 20 laps. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It was really just the Kyle Larson show for a majority of it. And then, of course, William Byron decided to slide in there at the last second. And those two just dominated the race from start to finish. Of course, we were holding out hope. We were crossing our fingers. We were thinking we were going to see the King of Phoenix steal one at the end. 30 laps to go. I don't know exactly how much laps there were left when he eventually got the lead, but that was looking like it was going to be a classic finish for our guy Harvick. But sadly, of course, like it happens all too often, a late race caution decided to just throw the wrench in all of our plans. But yeah, it was a snooze fest in my opinion up until Harvick took the lead. Yeah, what do you think about that, Logan?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It was a big Chevy day for sure. William Byron won stage one, just led the whole entire time, and then stage two, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was Kyle Larson who won that stage.
Yep, I believe you're right.
And then we go into stage three. Stage three was actually pretty interesting. It definitely picked up and stuff, But the last 20, we were really, really rooting on Kevin Harvick to win it. It was funny. Me and my buddy Riley, we were watching it, and Jordan got up because he had to go to the bathroom. I'm not kidding. Like, literally about 2 minutes after he got up, Kevin Harvick took the lead. And Kevin Harvick is Jordan's favorite driver, so it's just kind of funny. But right when he got back, we're like, dude, the closer's up front. Is he going to close it out? And we really thought he was, but, that's the name of the game with NASCAR, late race penalty, that could set everything back, and that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, I was cool. Oh, I apologize. Go on.
Nope, you're good. Go on.
I was just going to say it's how it is. You get up, once or twice to go to the bathroom and, you miss what you want to see. Am I surprised?
Suddenly you're the villain, right?
Exactly. I mean, hey, if every time I go to the bathroom and I come back, our guy Harvick's up front, I'll take it. I'm going to start drinking more water. You know what I mean? But no, so I was really bummed out how that race ended up finishing. that would have been a classic way for Harvick's last year to go out, being able to see him win one in Phoenix.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
Would have been awesome. And one thing just a quick comment I want to make is the first caution of the day. Super weird seeing that in person. We were actually in section about 164, so that's a little past the finish line. And I forgot whose car it was. Was it
Eric Almirola?
Almirola, right?
Yep.
Out of nowhere, his
entire
wheel comes, and it was literally right in front of us too. We're like, dude, do you see that? And it was just funny hearing the commentators talk about it. They're like, this is a very weird thing. This is not happen often. And I don't know. I just thought that was so strange seeing that in person. It seems like we have really good luck with kind of seeing some weird things happen in person. Last year we attended the race over in Las Vegas, the playoff race actually. And, the crash with Larson and Bubba happened. They got in a fist fight. We saw that. Do you remember when the crash happened? It was right on that, I think it was turn 2 or 3, and we saw a pretty good angle of it, and then they, went up kind of closer to us. That's where they got to fight. We were able to see it right in person.
Yeah. I don't remember it being a fist fight. I remember it more as Bubba causing a wreck, runs into Larson, and then decides to get out and, starts to bully him. I'm not sure what was going on there. But yeah, it was definitely, I didn't see Larson fighting back is all I'm going to say.
Okay.
But yeah,
enough time has passed where the details are a little grainy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bubba had a valid reason for why he didn't need to do that, but I think he did have a valid reason. I think, Larson kind of pushed him in the wall a little bit or something, but that was kind of cool seeing a fight in person. Who would have ever thought that would happen? I don't know.
Look, we might have the details a little bit off, a little bit, whatever. But the fact remains that Bubba just decided to push him. Not sure why. A little weird, but we don't need to get into that. Yeah, I digress. But yeah, back to your original point, the whole Almirola wheel coming off. It was pretty weird seeing it because that happens in the pits. That's when your crew chief gets, docked a couple races and you lose a couple pit members, but seeing it actually happen as they're going around, it was just weird. Did you ever hear what ended up happening? I didn't see anything the next day.
Obviously it's hard because we're in person and stuff to get all the full details. I'm sure all the viewers who are watching TV probably got some more. But from what I understood, I believe, because they pitted a while back and then it happened. It wasn't like he pitted, went a lap around, and then it happened, if I'm not mistaken. So just really weird, and I'm pretty sure did he end up, let's see, he wasn't even a DNF, too. He continued. So he was able to struggle his way back into the pit.
33rd.
And, yeah, I mean, not last, So that's just the comment I wanted to make about that. One other thing, if you don't mind me telling this, Jordan, one other thing that I wanted to bring up was Jordan, me and a couple of our friends and our girlfriends, we went out and we got to meet Joey Logano. You want to tell them that experience, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great time. Got to see Logano night before the race, had a little meet and greet. Me and the buddies decided, you know what, we'll stop by, maybe get an autograph, maybe not. We did. Joey, what more can we say? Nice guy. He was fulfilling his media obligations, and he did it with a smile, and we appreciated that. I will point out one thing. I didn't want to, put this out on Twitter. Wasn't trying to be that type of guy, but we kind of noticed Joey was sick. We're on a first-name basis as well, and he was coughing into his sleeve a good bit. I think that might have potentially played a little role into his race yesterday. That and not having the fastest car, of course, but he was definitely a little sick. Just saying.
I'll kind of give my 2 cents on the whole situation. So basically, he was doing a meetup at the Planet Fitness in Gilbert, Arizona. got our friends together. We went there. It was a great time. There was actually a pretty decent turnout. There was
A lot of people.
say 250, 300 people probably.
A lot of people.
Very bad at estimating numbers, so I'm not really sure. But no, we got there. Me and Jordan were concerned about our, I guess you could say, track position in the line. We wanted to be in line and have a good position, so we got up in there. And our girlfriends, they got us the raffle tickets, and it was just kind of funny because they were doing a raffle, and they called out the number, and it happened to be my number. And I think I reacted like anyone else would. I was pretty excited that I won. I actually won it was a 2022 1x24 Joey Logano Darlington diecast, and on top of it, it's kind of weird, but one of the wheels is missing, and I thought that was an error, but we actually looked it up, and it's because when he won that race, he did a spin out and he lost the wheel, so kind of a cool little piece about it. But no, I freaked out. I'm not gonna lie, I totally freaked out. I was super stoked, and then I went up and I met Joey. I said, "Hi, Joey. I've seen 4 races so far, and you've won 2 of the 4." And he said, that's a really good ratio. And I said, and we're gonna win this weekend too. And his response was,
Not confident.
"We got some work to do, and we'll see." And so it was definitely, he was not fully confident. And as Jordan mentioned, we're thinking he's a little sick, but we don't want to put any bad words on Joey at all. Great guy, absolutely great. We got some stuff signed. Might be in one of our giveaways, maybe one of the items. I don't know, but overall great experience. So I just thought I'd share that. He definitely jumped the ladder a little bit of favorite driver. I don't know about you with that, Jordan.
No, I agree completely. Great guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Got there right when he said he was going to get there. Did his thing, signed some merch.
Yeah.
Talked it up. What more can you ask for? And, kind of back to the race, it makes sense. We were saying it. We didn't anticipate him having the best day after, of course, seeing him in person. And, what did he end up finishing? I want to see.
11th.
Wow.
11th.
Considering
Didn't do that bad.
Considering the day he had, though, to finish 11th, that's impressive.
I know. Do you remember when we were watching him?
Yep,
he would
falling
every
back.
time he would go around our turn, he would do that super inside turn, while everyone else was going straight, he would go super inside. And I know you were keeping a special eye on him. I was too, and watching him, and it just did not look good. But to end up P11, you cannot complain about that at all.
I think it had something to do with his car. It would have helped if we would have watched the broadcast. They probably would have had more detail on it.
Yeah.
But he was specifically taking that line that something was up with the car because no one else was doing it, and he was. So it was either a traction thing. And, like we've mentioned 100 times, we're not the most technical savvy when it comes to automobile racing and what goes into everything involved with the aerodynamics, traction, all that good stuff. But that's my best guess because that just doesn't make sense, Yeah. But I want to bring something up. One of my, I'm a fan of Stewart Haas Racing, if anyone is unfamiliar, if any of our fans are unfamiliar. And I just was looking, and I don't want to be that guy, but right behind Joey Logano was my guy Ryan Preece and the 41 Ford. Finished up P12 for a guy who's coming in, 3rd race of the year, first time driving this next-gen vehicle, had a great race. And also, since I'm on the roll here, Stewart Haas, Chase Briscoe. I know we've been harping on him the last couple podcasts, and we've been, kind of throwing some dirt on his name, but finished P7.
P7. Wow.
P7. Quiet P7.
That is a dead silent P7. Wow,
Yeah.
I am shocked to see that.
Had
And
a
you
great
know what?
race.
While we're kind of looking, and if anything, shouts out at you, but looking at the finishing positions, when did Ryan Blaney get P2?
Yeah.
I did not. I don't know. Maybe that because we were kind of at the very end of the race. You know, it was like the last couple laps. We were in there, and we're like, "Do we need to beat traffic?" You know, it was like 5 laps left, and we're like, "Should we get out of here right now?" And we're kind of injured on our way out. Wow, I did not see Ryan Blaney getting 2. And you know what I love to see? You know, Jordan mentions he's a Stewart Haas guy. Well, I'm a Joe Gibbs 23-11 guy. Tyler Reddick ending P3. Love it.
Joe Gibbs or 23? You got to have one. I mean, you can be a fan of both.
Toyota.
Okay, but
We'll put it under the umbrella of Toyota.
I think we're gonna have to dial in potentially.
I mean, 2311 is so small, so I mean, like, I feel like I kind of have the pass with that, but I don't know. But
we'll let
Tyler
our fans
Reddick,
decide that. We'll have to let our fans decide.
Okay, well, we'll let them decide that. But I will have my ending comment with that is I am really happy that Tyler Reddick ended up P3. That is awesome, especially how the start of his season was looking definitely pretty rough. I mean, he was the highest scoring Toyota today, so we definitely live with that. You know, let's talk about manufacturers for a second. I got a sec. What are you feeling with the manufacturers right now? I know it's early.
Well, I mean, clearly Chevy is dominating this year. If I'm not mistaken, all 4 races have been Chevy. Byron 2, Stenhouse, and then it was Busch. So all Chevys. I'm 2-0 for manufacturer. Just whatever, not a big deal.
I got one this week too. We need to pull them up right now, and we need to talk about that.
We need to do a running tally as well, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. But yeah, Chevy's killing it. I am not personally the biggest Toyota fan. I don't know. We don't need to get into that, but yeah, Ford or Chevy is what
You seem to be a pretty big Toyota fan when you won that Toyota koozie this weekend.
Oh, yeah, that was ridiculous. I end up, spinning a wheel, winning a prize. I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to get here? Something nice and a koozie. Nice. All right. Don't want to be...
That might be featured on one of our podcasts soon. Who knows?
It might be a giveaway. Might be a giveaway. Because I don't want it.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
so I'm just going to go through and read my picks for this weekend, you know, see how I did and stuff. So, you know, and this is on our Twitter too at Next Gen Burnouts. I put up, I thought, you know, everyone knows the rules too. 3 picks, manufacturer, dark horse. And we abided by the rules this weekend of dark horses have to be P15 and below or above, however you look at it. So, yeah, below. So I locked in, and if you can, try to get the P's for me for this, but I did Chastain. I don't think he had a good day.
He did not, because Denny took him out. Chastain, P24.
P24. At Kyle Busch.
Ooh, where did Busch finish? P8. Not bad.
P8, okay. I'm okay with that. And then Suarez, and I see it right here, it's P22. So,
toughy.
Definitely rough. I did get my first win this year. And I mean, manufacturer wins aren't that big, but I did throw down Chevy. Got the first win. I'm feeling good. And then my dark horse was Austin Cindric, and he's P25. So
my goodness,
not the best weekend. Yeah, that was
not the best week for your picks, I will say.
Good Lord, no. Let's go through yours.
Mine performed a little bit better. I played it safe. I went with, pole position winner, Kyle Larson. He ended up finishing P4, which should have potentially been a P1, but that's neither here nor there.
Could have been.
Then I locked in Blaney, who, sure enough, P2. Sure enough. And I don't know how this happened. I should have been gambling during this Phoenix race because my other pick was Christopher Bell, P6.
Oh my God.
I don't know how much better you can ask for with the picks. What is that? 2, 4, and 6.
All 3 of them in the top 10. That's wild. And I'll let you continue.
All good. And the Chevy. Decided to roll the Chevy manufacturer. I was really in on Larson this week. I thought he was going to pull it out. So had to roll Chevy as well. And then my dark horse should have been a W for this man, but Kevin Harvick. obviously, we already talked about it. We know what happened. That was my dark horse. He finished P5. Should have been a P1.
So let me get this straight. In your picks, you got a P2,
Yep.
P4,
Yep.
P5, and P6.
Yes, sir. And a manufacturer dub. That's about as best as you can ask for. You can't ask for
That
much
is
better than that.
impressive.
Yeah,
Absolutely impressive. Hey, that's another reason to follow at Next Gen Burnouts. My boy Jordan's got the picks right there.
we know what we're talking about. Okay, we're not just getting on here, BSing you. We know what we're talking about on the Next Gen Burnouts. So yeah,
I'll throw out a question. Who's going to get the first winner for the drivers?
that's a
Me or
great
Jordan?
question. That's a great question. We'll have to do it. We're gonna have to do a Twitter poll. We're gonna have to see what our
Who's
fans
going to get
think.
the first dark horse too? That's going to be that's going to be an impressive win. Whoever gets that.
That one's gonna be
That'll be
extremely
dope.
impressive. I want to touch on one more thing because I know obviously we've gone through our picks, done a little chit chat. We didn't talk about this either because it happened. I didn't even really realize it, truth be told, until on our way back. Do you have any thoughts on Denny taking out Chastain there, or are we just going to ignore that? Because I don't know if you saw, but Denny Hamlin came out and fully admitted that when whatever happened with his vehicle, he was losing it up into turn 3, I believe, final turn, or before turn 4, obviously. He was going out, and he straight up said, "I'm taking Chastain with me." Don't know if you saw that, but
I think, as you can tell by my face, I did not see that.
yeah,
No.
okay. Well, then let me finish then.
Enlighten me, please.
I will definitely do that. So obviously, Denny Hamlin's podcast, we're not going to plug it because he doesn't need any more listeners. We need the listeners. You guys can find his podcast. And truthfully, I don't remember it off the top of my head. So just disregard.
Doesn't
But
matter.
yeah, he straight up said, I'm taking him out. If I'm going out, I'm taking him out with me. Just riding up right on P3, turn 3, literally just side by side, just closed him into the wall, and they both finished. Let me see here. I saw it right.
It's 23 and 24, and Hamlin ended one spot above him. So
Yep. So it's obviously
wow, I totally missed that. I missed that.
something to look at. It's definitely a little. I guess the things that I was seeing, and I agree with it as well, is why do it there? What is it? Fourth race of the year, and you're taking out Chastain. I know last year, obviously the bad blood, but
I could tell you why. Well, it's obviously like you just mentioned right there. They have bad blood, and really, to be completely honest, Hamlin has never gotten back at Chastain. From my knowledge and my memory, I don't think Hamlin has ever fully gone back at him. So why not? I think, you know what? If he had that opportunity right there, yes, this is the 4th race. I don't think he's going to be doing it late in the season, especially if he doesn't have a win, or obviously during the playoffs. But 4th race, why not? Do I agree with this? Not necessarily. I'm a fan of clean driving, but, neither here nor there. But good point. Thanks for bringing that up. I totally missed that.
no, it's all good. That's why I'm here. That's why your co-host is here, just keeping you dialed in.
But you're the best co-host I could ask for.
Yeah, just reminding you things that you don't see. It's all good. We had a busy week. We had a busy weekend. Got sunburnt. Lot of driving.
You mind if I bring up one other thing too? Is just in another impressive positioning this week was Josh Berry, who's taking over Chase Elliott.
Is that P10?
P10.
I saw that. Career best.
You could not complain about that at all.
Not at all.
And we will take that all day long.
Yep.
I'm not the biggest Chase Elliott fan. I don't dislike him or anything. But for Josh Berry to come in and go P10, they'll take that all day long. That's awesome. So I'm really happy for him right there.
Impressive.
So I guess we can kind of forecast a little bit, but next week we have, kind of the end of our podcast-ish, but next week we have the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 over in Atlanta. Are we excited for that? What are we thinking?
I had a feeling you were going to ask me my predictions, and like I said last podcast, I don't do predictions a week out. No predictions.
Nope.
I can't do it. I haven't seen the cars. Haven't seen qualifying. But yeah, of course, absolutely excited. I'm also excited. Could be remiss not to mention it. Saudi Arabia GP going to be happening.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Next week. Locally, our time, I think it's going to be an early one. But
It's only 8 a.m.
really,
Oh, wait, no. Hold up, sorry. It is going to be, actually, it's going to be 10 a.m.
oh, fantastic. Okay, that's
We'll
amazing.
take that all day.
You know, I'm used to the waking up. Well, truthfully, the race is at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. I just record it, wake up at 8, don't check my phone, watch it. That's the best way to
What
do
do you
it.
watch it on? Let's plug them.
I'm a big YouTube TV guy. It's one of the best apps you can possibly ask for. And I'm not sponsored. No sponsors.
We're not a paid sponsor.
Nope.
We do upload a lot on YouTube.
We do.
Not sponsored.
We are not sponsored, but I will give credit where credit is due, and YouTube TV is easily the best streaming platform. It's most expensive as well, but it's worth it, in my opinion. That's just me. If you're a sports guy, like all of our listeners probably are, YouTube TV is the way to
girl.
go. Yeah. Thank you. Got to be gender inclusive. It's 2023, so I appreciate that, Logan.
Of course.
But yeah, so we had a good week next week. Can't wait to get back on the regular schedule. We're a day late, $1 short this week, but next week we'll be there.
Sounds good. Well, guys, really enjoyed it. Another great episode. We got episode 3 in the books. Really looking forward to next week. So until then, we'll see you later. Burnouts, have a good week.